Hey, what's up guys, Betty here, and I'm here with Aaron McHardy, the lead gameplay producer for FIFA 16.
We really wanted to bring the confidence back in defending this year, and we did it in a number of ways. We started originally looking at the 1v1 situation and trying to give defenders the agility they need to be able to track the dribbler. We really wanted to look at defending as a unit, and that's the feature name that we're giving it, and it's really two parts. The players on the pitch are going to be making a better decision about whether they should mark their man or go back and cover dangerous space, and they have to make a choice, and a lot of times players will be cutting inside and will recognize that there's dangerous space in the middle of the park and players will drop off. The other side of it is all of the players on the pitch will have a better understanding of when their team has lost possession. Too many times in last year's games, players would take a couple of seconds longer than they should to recognize that the team has lost possession and start heading back to defend.
I'm guessing player statistics will kind of help them make the better decision whether they should kind of go into cover or get close and hold the 1-for-1. As always,
the players in the game are all governed by their attributes, and marking attribute is a very significant one in performing the tasks well in terms of marking players and covering space.
Okay, now I want to move on to goalkeepers. Big changes to that, so kind of goalkeepers react a lot better.
Yeah, we're really happy that we were able to put the goalkeeper in last year. The new goalkeeper opens up so many doors for us. This year, we've invested the same amount of work that we did in previous years, but we really wanted to keep it at fundamentals. We're not putting big banners up on the new features that we're putting up on the goalkeeper. It's all about making him solid. But we've done focusing around balance again, wanting to make sure that the shots that should be saved are saved, and the shots that should go in too. We've added some new features like the ability for the keeper to keep the ball out over the line, and a new run technique where he can run backwards and look over his shoulder at a ball that's going over his head. So there are some new bells and whistles, but the primary function of this year was to work on the fundamentals of the goalkeeper to make him solid and balanced.
What kind of changes have you made to shooting and finishing?
So the changes that we made this year are all about making shooting a lot more consistent than it was in previous years. We added physically correct contacts last year, and that allowed us to get a whole lot of diversity in the types of trajectories that you would get. But when you press the button for a straight driven shot and it already had spin on it from a default trajectory, it was difficult to understand if you miskicked the ball what you did wrong. So we wanted to get back to the default trajectory just being a straight driven shot. We've also done a lot of work on actually modeling the foot better, or the contact part, whatever part of the body is, so that when you do miss, the resultant trajectory is accurate so you can understand exactly what had happened. We've done a lot of work also on the momentum effect, so that if you're standing still and take a shot, it's not going to be as powerful as if you can create a lot of space where you can get the ball on a run and really step into it.
Whenever you're on an attack, sometimes you can see the pass that you want to make. You can see your player making the run in, and you just like, I normally, just with a normal through ball, something like that, you won't be able to get the ball to him. But pass with purpose, that's going to be made possible.
What it is with a modifier, on demand, you can add more power to any given ground pass. And it allows you to ping a ball, as you said, through a tight space to really find one of your players that maybe with the old passing system might not have been able to get through the hole. And of course, there's balance to it as well. We have to be conscious of how you can actually do this in the real world. So if you're trying to play a ball that's bouncing and maybe kicking it 180 degrees, you might not find as much success. Or if you ping it at a teammate who's not expecting it, he might have a difficult time controlling it. So it's about picking the right time to use this new tool in your arsenal to really cut open the defense.
One of the biggest talking points in the build-up to the announcement of the game is women's teams are going to be in FIFA 16.
So we've been working on it for some time. We've done work on, as I said, the player rig. We've done work on animating hair in gameplay, which is something that we've never done before. We've went out and mocap the U.S. women's national team at our mocap studio to get some specific animations where we thought that women's motion is slightly different than a men's motion. One of the cool things that we noticed when we put the women's national teams in is that we kind of have a different style of game because of the slightly slower pace of the players in the women's national teams versus the men's teams. Feels like the pitch is a little bit more open and it's a little bit more tactical, so it creates another experience. If you want to go in and play with women's teams, it's a slightly different experience than if you go in and play with the men's team, which is good. It gives us a new way to play FIFA 16.
Thank you very much for watching. Let us know in the comments as well what you're looking forward to about FIFA 16, and subscribe if you haven't already. Tons more FIFA 16 content coming to this channel, and drop a thumbs up, and we will see you guys next time. Bye.